I caught myself staring at a woman in a department store, and I was with my mom, and I asked her straight out, why do I look at women the way you look at daddy? My name is Christen, I'm 29, and I'm from Long Island, New York.
My name is Heather, I'm 28, and I'm from Westchester, New York.
Growing up, I was an only child. My mom and I were, actually still are, completely inseparable, but we started off, kind of like rough, but then we moved into my grandmother's house in Rego Park in Queens, and that's really where I feel like my life actually started. Even though the commute was really long, my mom drove me every day from Queens to Long Island to go to elementary school, where I literally still have the friends that I have today. My family dynamic, we've always been really, really, really close. My mom is an extremely strong woman who learned how to be that way from an extremely, extremely strong mother. My grandmother is literally my favorite person in the entire world. She makes everything just better, and we've always been that close.
I have a huge family. They're all absolutely insane. My dad is a famous 30 pop artist, so I've literally grown up around art my entire life. His parents, my paternal grandmother and grandfather, they were both artists as well. So I feel like in a sense it was kind of like, this is what you're gonna do and you have to do this.
It's really only been women that have been so influential in my life. Until my mom met my stepdad when I was about 9, and they've been together ever since. He really stepped up as a father figure. So he's really somebody who has taught me a great work ethic. He owns a restaurant in Bayshore, New York. My mom is a canine behaviorist, and she taught me my unconditional love for animals. And they're really two amazing figures that have really molded me. My
dad has always been traveling. I used to go to work with him. I've traveled basically anywhere and everywhere with him.
Growing up, my mom, because I was an only child, she wanted to make sure that I did a lot of extracurricular activities, if you would. I have been dancing since I could walk. I started ballet when I was 4. I think that kind of then shifted because I wanted to play sports. And it didn't matter what sport it was. My mom was like, sure, just do what makes you happy.
Always as a little kid, I was really active. I always played a bunch of different sports. Being an only child, my friends were a huge part of my life, especially because I felt like I was raised by 3 old people. It was literally always me, my mom, my dad, and my aunt. So every second I could get, I would always be out with my friends. I went to public school for elementary school, and then I went to Catholic all-girls middle school and high school, which was interesting, especially within the whole coming out process.
See, I didn't know it was gay. I thought that something, and I know this sounds terrible, but I thought something was wrong with me at the time because I was about 9, and I caught myself staring at a woman in a department store. And I was with my mom, and I asked her straight out, why do I look at women the way you look at daddy? And I don't know if she maybe wasn't sure. She was like, it's probably just because you're curious, and she, left it at that. And then because the word of God was in my mother, I left it at that.
In a sense, I didn't fit in. I was always a tomboy, and my mom is from the South and is always like, yeah, girls, wear dresses and bows and all of this, and I've never fit that mold ever my entire life. I've always felt different. Around 15, I was like, maybe I might be bisexual, I'm not really sure, but I came out as that to my friends. Everybody was extremely supportive. I didn't, however, want to say anything to my family at the time. I was kind of thinking, all right, this is my business, not theirs. I wasn't really 100% sure.
Throughout high school, it really never hit me at all. I was dating boys at the time. It just never kind of hit, and I don't know if that's because I went to a Roman Catholic high school, and they don't really teach that homosexuality is great in Catholicism.
The coming out process was really difficult for me. In a sense, like I said, I always felt like I never fit, but I never thought that that's why I didn't feel like I fit.
Actually, once I got to college, I joined I joined a sorority, and I was talking to one of my college roommates because I was attracted to one of my sorority sisters. She's like, listen, we're in college. This is the best time to experiment. If you think that you feel a certain way, who's stopping you? One thing led to another. I ended up kind of dating the girl, and I felt it was serious enough that I should tell my mom.
I was 17 years old. I was still dating my first girlfriend, and I basically got outed by her family to my family. So in a sense, I'm kind of happy it happened that way, because I don't know if I would have been able to have the strength to come out on my own.
You know, I said to her, I was like, listen, I really have feelings for this girl, and I don't want you to hate me. Like, I really want to talk about this more with you. She's like, listen, it's fine. Get through finals week. I want you to come home. We're going to talk about this. She's like, and I'm going to find you a clinician, though. I want you to be able to talk to somebody who might understand what you're going through better than I am. But my mom and my family never pushed me away from how I felt.
My mom was totally shocked, and I kind of expected it to be that way, just because, you know, I feel like parents have this one set view in their mind of how their kid's life is going to be, basically from the time they're little to the time they get old. My dad was great when I came out. I think he was just more concerned that people might hate me, or that, you know, bad things could happen, because there are a lot of people who are not so, you know, welcoming.
I really couldn't ask for a better family dynamic, especially being married now, like trying to build my family. It feels like centuries ago that I was unsure, and now I'm more sure than ever.
I had a really bad drug problem when we met, and one night we were out at a bar, and I was like, oh, do you want to go to the bathroom with me? We got into a bathroom stall, and she was like, what are you doing?